I know a guy that would have been a better fit. But Didier, who are you talking about? Surely, Lewis Hamilton has a contract with Mercedes. Yeah, he does. The guy I'm thinking about would have been a much smarter decision. He's talented, he's experienced, and that guy would have been... Hello, and welcome back to DDA on F1. My name is DDA, and this is the channel where I talk about F1, 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 F1. Before I get into the meat of the video, the reason why you're here, I would just like to offer a congratulations to Carlos Sainz Jr. Enhorabuena, tío. Todos sabemos que eres un crack y vas a ser un fenómeno en este equipo. Esperamos verte en el podio y ganando carreras. Now, with that heartfelt message out of the way, in my best Spanish, let's get into the thing. The number one reason why I'm a little skeptical about this whole situation as a Ferrari fan is Ferrari don't know how to split a garage, and the people that did know how to do that no longer work there. I think they proved this in 2019 with some of the more boneheaded decisions that I've ever seen in F1. And neither of these drivers will hear this message
Fernando is faster than you
and make like Rubens and do this.
Or is he going to allow Michael Schumacher to take the
that
victory?
is a disgrace. That is a disgrace.
The second reason why I'm a little skeptical about this situation as a Ferrari fan is here are two young, vigorous drivers fighting for points, possibly race wins, hopefully championships. Where have I seen this before?
This is the opportunity that Senna's looking for, and he's going through.
Weber's left the door wide open.
Oh, dear, they've come together. Weber and Vettel have come together. It's Vettel.
Turn 3 we go, and it's Nico Rosberg, and Hamilton's onto the grass, and Hamilton's had a massive crash, and he's crashed into his teammate.
I mean, really, what could go wrong? Carlos did not sign at 25 years old to play number 2 on a team. In fact, I don't know if you follow him on social media, but Papa Carlos Sainz Sr. has invested quite a lot of money into the development of his son, into the racing driver that he is today. And I think both Papa Carlos Sainz and Carlito Jr. are gonna want to see a return on that investment. Because I mean, really, right now, I can imagine Carlos is somewhere in Mallorca. I can almost hear the music blasting from Carlos Sainz Jr.'s house, all the way from here in the States. You know what song he's listening to? It's this one.
I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot.
Papa Carlos and Carlito Jr. haven't been waiting for an opportunity like this to just let it go as the number 2 driver. It's not gonna happen. And Carlos Sainz Jr. should be pretty confident. I mean, next year he'll be 26. And at that age, he will have already driven for the 2 most prestigious teams in F1 history, Ferrari and McLaren. I mean, it paints a narrative about him. The kid's quick. The number 3 reason why I'm a little skeptical of this situation as a Ferrari fan is, and I know, I can hear you screaming from the other side of the screen. You're screaming at me, Didier, you must not know who Ayrton Senna and Alain Prost are at McLaren in 88 and 89. You must not know who Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg are at Mercedes in 2014, 2015, and 2016. I agree. There are examples of drivers fighting inter-team battles to win championships. But I'd like to point out something that both those sets of drivers had in common. And that is at least a half a second to second gap on the rest of the field. Every lap, every race, the whole season. When you have that kind of gap and you're miles away from everybody else, it lets you let your drivers, your talented drivers, drive each other. Barring any catastrophes, it's good. It's good for the team. It's great, right? Because nothing bad has ever happened in those situations, right? No way. Ferrari doesn't enjoy that type of advantage on the rest of the field. In fact, they're not the fastest team in the grid. They may not even be the second fastest team on the grid. So when their drivers are fighting for points, and not just scraps, they're fighting for those third and fourth places sometimes against a guy named Max Verstappen, who by himself right now has more race victories than Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz Jr. combined. Not to mention Alex Albon. You see the picture I'm painting here? Another reason why the example of the McLaren drivers of the late 80s and the Mercedes drivers of the mid-10s, is that what we call it now? The 10s? Anyway, the reason why that's a problematic comparison is in both of those situations, at least one driver had a title already when they became teammates. That means there was experience. The number 4 reason why I'm a little skeptical of this situation as a Ferrari fan is that between the two of them, Carlos Sainz Jr. and Charles Leclerc, at the making of this video, have 2 race wins and 11 podiums. Total. Ever. Now, I'm not like everybody else. The number 5 reason why I'm a little skeptical of this situation as a Ferrari fan, and please don't get me wrong, I love these two guys, but I have an idea that would have been better. I can think of a guy that would have been a better fit in this type of situation. Someone who fits the mold of how Ferrari achieves success. He's talented, he's experienced, doesn't have any podiums, so this would have given him the opportunity of a lifetime to not only get on the podium, but even maybe, who knows, fight for a race win when the opportunity presented itself. And that man is Nico Hülkenberg. I know, DDA. He had no racing seat for the 2020 season, and he probably wouldn't have had a racing seat on 2021. So he can't really negotiate a better situation because he has no bargaining chips to play with. No titles, no race wins, no podiums. As a racing driver, what would you rather watch? The race from your helmet in a car going 200 miles an hour, or watching it on TV? The number 6 reason why I am skeptical of the situation as a Ferrari fan is that Ferrari, they don't do F1 to just survive. They do it to win, and to win consistently. Every example of a sustainable Formula One World Championship challenge with long-term success in Formula One is predicated on teams usually focusing on one driver and having a second driver that, while initially feigns wonderful championship illusions, usually during the business end of the season falls back to the familiar support role that we all know they signed up for. And that is okay. In closing, I feel like Ferrari is trying to break the mold here. It's a worthy effort. They're gonna have 2 very talented, very quick drivers at their disposal. And the thing is, we won't know if this is gonna work for quite a while. And all the evidence is that it hasn't. Anyway, with that said, I hope you enjoyed this video. please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing. It helps me a lot and means a lot to me. And if you disagree with everything I said, or something that I said, or whatever it is that I said, let me know about it in the comments. This is made to start discussion. I like F1 discussion. The more people know about F1, the better. So please, give me a piece of your mind down in the comments. I welcome it. I enjoy it. Anyway, that's it for me. Have a good one, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.